This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
You with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in.
Tori just won't let it go.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, March 7th. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Tori, Bo, Brandon, and I'm Sam. Let's get started. Well, stars are lining up to show their love and support for longtime Jeopardy host Alex Trebek after he revealed he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Fellow game show host Pat Sajak from Wheel of Fortune tweeted, "There's no one I know who is stronger and more determined, and I would never bet against him." And Ken Jennings, who holds the record for winning 74 games in a row on the show, says Alex is very aware of how much he means to millions of people and how we will be pulling for him. I hope that's a comfort. And Katie Couric, who lost her sister to pancreatic cancer, phrased it in the form of a question. A courageous man who is determined to beat this terrible disease with the help of family, friends, and prayers from around the world. Who is Alex Trebek? And Alex made the announcement in a video message. Let's take a look.
This week, I was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I'm going to fight this, and I'm going to keep working, and with the love and support of my family and friends, and with the help of your prayers also, I plan to beat the low survival rate statistics for this disease. Truth told, I have to, because under the terms of my contract, I have to host Jeopardy for 3 more years. So help me, keep the faith, and we'll win.
I love him. Trebek is 78 and has hosted Jeopardy since 1984. He can do it. Yes, there's a low statistic rate. Guess what? Miracles happen all the time. He can do this. He has 2 kids. He has the support of his family and friends. You got this, Alex. You got this.
And America. I mean, he's been in our dining rooms. Who hasn't watched dinner to the sound of Alex Trebek? My godfather won 3 times on Jeopardy, and all he said about Alex Trebek is, gentlemen, gentlemen.
Well, you know what's interesting? Alex Trebek purposely dials down his energy because he does not want to outshine the contestants. That's rare for a host to do that. So we are wishing you well, my friend.
Yes,
you got this, and you will beat it. Well, more of Luke Perry's Beverly Hills 90210 co-stars are speaking out right now after the actor died Monday from a massive stroke at the age of 52. Jason Priestley, who played Brandon Walsh on the hit 90 show, posted his reaction on Instagram, saying, in part, my dear friend of 29 years, Luke Perry, was one of those truly special people who really cared. Luke was not only a star, he was an incredibly bright light that was extinguished far too soon. And Tiffany Thiessen also posted saying, my heart has been weighing heavy. The loss of a man who started as my co-star but quickly became my friend. He welcomed me on my very first day of 90210 with open arms. And the series creator for Riverdale posted this picture saying the show will dedicate all of its future episodes to Luke. I mean, the love just continues to shine on him. He clearly is somebody that will be beloved forever. And I love that it's his legacy of being a kind person.
Amen.
Yeah.
Let's move on to R. Kelly. He's back in police custody right now. Here he is being escorted. There he is out of court late yesterday by deputies. He was there because of unpaid child support. And CBS Chicago reports he was ordered back into custody after owing $160,000. This is on top of the other recent charges of sexual abuse that landed him in jail. And 2 living girlfriends of R. Kelly sat down with CBS's Gayle King. They defended the singer, and one called out her father. Take a look.
When I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
And meantime, Gayle is opening up to O Magazine about her explosive interview with R. Kelly that aired yesterday. Gayle says she wasn't worried he was going to hit her, but rather that he was going to end the interview early, which is why she remained seated. Brandon, we talked about R. Kelly yesterday. Let's talk about the girlfriends. What did you think about it?
This is a lot. Like Gail King said, this is a complicated story that I think we're not going to know the truth on this until years and years after it plays out. She said that the women kind of parroted what was a parrot to what R. Kelly said in his prior interview. But one thing she also said was that R. Kelly wasn't supposed to be in that interview room. But after the interview got started, he came in there and he would cough loudly to kind of let the women know that he was there, his presence was there. She also said that he came up to her makeup artist a couple of times and was like, should I stop the interview? Should I stop the interview? So at first I'm like, I'm trying to listen to you know, you listen to the interview, then you hear Gail say that and you're like,
wow.
That controlling behavior that you've been talking about, Sam.
Wow, if that's not controlling behavior, I don't know what it is, Bo.
Yeah, and you know what, I think, I mean, just because we had Michael Jackson in that documentary, I'm seeing some of the same blind loyalty that I saw in James Safechuck and Wade Robson. I see that same obsession with celebrity and the abuse when you don't even know it because it's done with seduction. Yep. It's masked in seduction. And Brandon, you know, I know we've talked before about lyrics, but some of R. Kelly songs, man, I mean, if you look at these titles, and I won't go too deep into them, Strip for You, Sex Me, Hit It Till the Morning, Step in My Room, Feeling You in Stereo, Half on a Baby. I think it's, I mean, you're smiling, but dude, it's there.
Because that's but for grown folks, that's grown folks' music. You can go back to other R&B singers. You can go to sexual R&B singers.
Well, how about this
and you can say Marvin Gaye, that's a sexual healing. Like, I get what you're saying, but the song you played yesterday by Luke,
not even close,
Bryan,
man.
or whatever,
come on, that's not even close.
Kissing your sister, doing it in the back of a Regal?
That was a parody song. It wasn't a real song. This is a real song.
Just like this happens,
okay, he may have believed he could fly, but he can't anymore.
No, not anymore. I agree with you.
You know what's just one thing I'll say is on Twitter, someone said, see the rage that he had in front of Oprah's best friend Gail on TV. Now imagine the rage he shows to children in their basement. If he could do that on live TV or TV
behind closed doors, wow.
I don't want to know what he's doing.
Scary point, Tori. Scary point.
Scary.
It is. It is. We will continue to follow that story and keep you guys up to date. Well, sad images coming in from Ohio right now as the last General Motors plant closes after 52 years. So let's get to Kelly Schubert. She is the news at the moment.
That's right, Sam. It was a gut-wrenching day at the GM plant in Ohio as production ended. The last Chevrolet Cruze built at the plant came off the assembly line yesterday after more than 50 years of cars being produced there. And now that means more than 1,700 workers are out of a job. GM announced last year that multiple plants in the U.S. and Canada would be closing down, and some of the vehicles will now be made in Mexico. Now, Sam, there's no timeline for when the other plants in Michigan and Ontario are closed, but either way, thousands of others will lose their jobs. Sam?
Not great news at all. Thank you, Kelly. Wow. Thinking about all those people, and I hope they can somehow be replaced to other factories in some way, shape, or form. Well, is there already another American Idol frontrunner? A lot of people are, applauding Shay Wynn, who brought the judges to tears with her performance on the ABC show last night. She also recently went blind. Check it out.
In our eyes, our
Wow. But some are saying the competition may have already been won by this singer and guitarist Alejandro Aranda. See if you agree, and then we'll discuss. I know why she loved him, because he sounds just like John Mayer. And she loves
I get you now, because they were together. Yes. I got to be honest.
That's her type.
Totally, but that wasn't a winner. I mean, I thought that was.
He sounded great.
He was great, but the woman before was much more powerful. And
but he's a singer-songwriter. It just depends what you like.
How many guys are in their basement doing acoustic
He's a virtuoso.
like this?
I don't think we have the clip, but Lionel says, "You want to try something on piano?" He goes, I'm not really that good at it. He goes over and goes, it's like his influences are Chopin and Bach and Trent Reznor. Both of them equally are outstanding.
Yeah.
But I got to take a shot at Luke Bryan. He's sitting there, he's sitting there stupefied because he's outmatched. This guy is 80 million times better than he is.
You're such a hater.
Because there's a guy up there judging when this guy should be the judge. He's so good.
Now this guy just learned, the one that you're speaking of, Alejandro, just learned music 4 years ago. He's currently a dishwasher. He's living in his car.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
He's got a very unassuming quality, almost like, I don't know if you guys know who Chris Stapleton is, where it's almost like, I'm a little shy to be on stage.
Yeah.
They said, well, are you the next American Idol? And he goes, I don't know about about that. I just work hard.
I like it.
Love it.
I love it. So we're all sold. Tori, not so much.
I like the first one, who
she's amazing.
Seriously just went blind. And speaking about the eyes, that moved me more than like, I'm John Mayer.
All right, we have to give LeBron James a big DBL shout out. Check out this seemingly normal left-handed layup in last night's game between the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. With those 2 points, King James beat out Michael Jordan in career NBA points. LeBron tweeted this about it, saying, "Can't even front. This is going to be unreal. Wow, man."
Wow, man. Just like you got all excited about the guitar, I got excited about this athlete.
Is he the greatest of all time in your opinion?
Michael Jordan is still the greatest of all time, but he did write "Thank you, MJ" on his sneakers. I think we have,
wow.
Thank you, MJ, paying homage. It's kind of like the Sally Jesse Raphael story that you did last week. You wore the glasses.
I love the comparison. I'll take it.
Goat and goat.
Yes, love you.
Isn't LeBron's number 23 as well?
Yeah.
And homage?
Homage to Michael Jordan.
Wow. I like that. I like when you have someone coming up. I mean, James is clearly, he's already come up, but I like when they pay homage. I think that's really important. All right, well, DBL's Live will bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up next, find out who's headlining the iconic Woodstock Music Festival. We've got the exciting new announcement, plus Def Leppard's Joe Elliott tells me how fans changed his mind on comments he made back in 2015. You do not want to miss my interview. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. Virgin Atlantic no longer requires female flight attendants to wear makeup. Should employers have the right to tell the faces of their company how to look?
Kevin A wants to know why Bo is always picking on Luke Bryan. And then John Ventry says, one of the many shots Bo will take on Luke Bryan this Idol season. Keep count, come closer to the actual number, win a prize.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, you say that Luke Bryan may not be out of, but do you think Katy Perry, I don't think Lionel Richie's out of his league.
No, he's great.
But do you think Katy Perry's out of her league?
Katy Perry's got a great voice.
No, she doesn't.
I don't think so.
I mean, well, in certain songs she
doesn't play instruments.
She's a pop star.
I think she's out of her league.
Live, she's not very good.
But she can give tips about performing, branding. She can give tips about how to. I mean, she is a pop star. She is the most Twitter followers.
I think she has the most,
in the world.
So you're right. She's sort of the branding. Lionel Richie's the legend, and then you have Luke Bryan, which a lot of people think
isn't have much personality.
I just find him hard to listen to.
Again, I don't watch the show that much, but when Keith Urban was on there, like Keith Urban, he writes, he sings, he plays a lot of instruments. He's qualified to give that type of mentorship.
I think Keith was a good judge. I think
Jimmy Iovine was the best judge they had.
I didn't
think he was a judge, Jimmy Iovine.
Oh, well, I think you know what? He was a mentor.
Yeah, he was a great mentor.
He was wonderful.
So can I ask you guys a question? Yes. Is it the actual talent that's going to win, or is it the story that helps you win?
I think in the end, it's the talent.
You remember when Kelly Clarkson sang, and all of a sudden in the last finale, and Simon Cowell goes, "She just won it with that." You do have to win.
Yeah.
Fantasia. I mean, when you have that voice, but they missed it, like J-Hud.
But it's still all subjective. I mean, like I said, you look at Chris Daughtry, who didn't win, who already had kind of a singer-songwriter band thing going on. He succeeded. So whoever this guy is, this Alejandro, if he doesn't win because his personality, let's say, is not he's not the showman that others are, he will still succeed.
He's cool.
Girls like that.
He's kind of a millennial.
He's unassuming.
With that beanie.
I'll tell you this, he's way less obnoxious than John Mayer is, so I got my vote.
John Mayer. Actually, John Mayer said he's getting sober and realizing he was such a jerk.
John Mayer's he's too into himself. He's
way
just
too into himself.
John Mayer.
Welcome back to DBL. There's one less step that female crew members on Virgin Atlantic Airways must take when boarding flights. In a recent announcement, the airline says that they have changed their appearance guidelines for flight attendants based on feedback. Now their female crew members will no longer be required to wear makeup. Plus, they will be offered pants in addition to skirts as part of their standard uniform. So DBL Nation, should employers be able to tell the faces of their company how to look?
All right, let's get to these comments. Anita from Facebook says, about time, makeup ain't essential for saving your life. Agree. I don't care if you have lipstick on, if you're giving me mouth to mouth, as long as it's saving my life. Could care less. But I guess it all depends.
Why did we go there?
What do you mean?
Okay.
I don't care if you got the rose lipstick, blush. I don't care what you have on. Just give me the mouth to mouth and save my life. Thank you.
All right, well, I disagree with you, surprisingly. Yang from Facebook says, I think it's basic courtesy to look presentable in hospitality jobs. Light makeup should be required at least. Now, I am Miss Liberal over here, but I also believe that if uniforms are required and makeup is part of that style guide and you are in a style image industry, which I do believe flight attendants are in, you absolutely can say they have to wear makeup. Now, you can choose not to work for that airline, but they absolutely have the right to say it.
Here's where I'm going to disagree with you and why I'm going to applaud this company. The reason why they changed this policy was based by the overwhelming, quote unquote, the overwhelming feedback from their employees. So to me, it shows they're listening to them. It doesn't mean that you don't have to be kept. It doesn't mean that your clothes don't have to be pressed, but they have been listening to that feedback. So therefore, they're saying, I'm going to respect my employees and I'm going to implement something based on their overreaction.
True, but again, they did say if you read the fine print, we highly recommend foundation and blush. So they're not, agreed, they're not forcing it, but I think they should have the right to do so.
Kudos to them. Kudos for listening to your employees.
Well, Nosrati from Twitter says people forget that in the 50s, the average retirement age for flight attendants was 30 years old, and that she would be fired if she got married. We've come a long way, but it's been these baby steps that people take for granted. I agree. You know, it's great that we've come a long way, but at the same time, like Tori, I believe that a company has a right to set apparel rules, guidelines. Look, Emirates, if you know the airline Emirates, a friend of mine worked for them. They're very demanding about what they require from their flight attendants. Whereas Southwest, very relaxed, very casual. It's about your corporate ethos. And I agree with you, Sam. Virgin listening to their employees is a great thing.
Yeah, no, I think
you said it best. Do you think there's a double standard, though, in men and women?
Yes, I definitely think there's a double standard. Listen, it takes time to put on makeup. It's expensive to purchase makeup. Some people just don't want to wear makeup. It's not inherently important to them. So I don't think it's necessary, especially if men aren't held to that same standard. But I do think that that company has a right. But I do like, more importantly, why we should be focused on this is that they listen to their employees. I think that to me trumps everything. So kudos to them. Well, Woodstock, did you know this? It's making a comeback, and the lineup was just announced. So let's get to Raquel Villanueva. She has the news at the moment.
Well, Sam, Woodstock is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, and the headliners are more on the modern side. Variety reports Jay-Z and Chance the Rapper will take the stage. There are a couple of nods to nostalgia. Dead & Company is part of the lineup, along with Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. 400,000 fans flocked to the iconic music festival back in 1969. Promoters hope to create that same magic, calling this year's Woodstock a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's set to take place August 16th to 18th in Watkins Glen, New York.
Thank you, Raquel.
Bo, they said Jay-Z and Chance the Rapper at Woodstock. Do you think that's the genre? Do you think they fit with the
It's all
Woodstock
encompassing
mode?
now.
Okay.
It's all encompassing. I think you need to have a little bit of everybody. You need to have everywhere from Buddy Guy to, you know, Van Morrison and Jay-Z. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, very excited. All right, coming up on DBL, I sit down with Def Leppard frontman Joe Elliott, and he reveals which provocative artist he'd like to collaborate with. That's coming up next. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, so very interesting discussion. John Venturini says, as long as flight attendants can keep us safe and direct us in emergency situations, and make a great Bloody Mary. Sometimes I like doing a gesture just like a half a second too long where you make everyone uncomfortable. It doesn't matter if a flight attendant wears makeup or not. I hesitate to ask you though, if you would think differently about your flight, if your flight attendant, man or woman, was dressed sloppily or messy. There's something about a put-together flight attendant that makes me think the checklists have been in place, I feel somewhat safer. I know that sounds crazy, but I think it's, for me, a company absolutely has the right to say, if you work at MAC Makeup, you gotta wear makeup. If you're a hostess at a restaurant in Hollywood, I want you to wear makeup. I think that's okay. Is it antiquated? Maybe. Does Alicia Keys look great without makeup? Yes, but she's Alicia Keys. She's gorgeous. She's just gorgeous. So I think the image is an important part of branding, and I think companies absolutely have the right to do that. Now, if you disagree with me, hit me up. What do you guys think about this weird Celtic flag thing?
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the Celtic wind. The answer is blowing in the Celtic wind. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back to DBL. If you were alive in the 80s, Def Leppard's songs Pour Some Sugar on Me, Photograph, and Let's Get Rocked were the soundtrack to many of your most memorable moments. Nearly 40 years later, the band is part of the latest Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, and I had the opportunity to sit down with frontman Joe Elliott in today's Chatting with the Stars. Enjoy. Joe Elliott, oh my gosh, I'm a huge fan. Welcome to DBL, and congratulations on Def Leppard's upcoming induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I, in fact, woke up this morning, destroyed my entire bedroom looking for my Def Leppard t-shirt from like 1983, and I couldn't find it.
Wasn't on top of the pile? How disappointing.
Now, Joe, in 2015, during an interview, you said the band had decided that even if asked to join the Hall of Fame, you all would politely refuse. So what changed your mind to accept this honor?
Yeah, we always saw it as this kind of elitist club that, you know, somebody decides how cool or uncool we are, and thought that, you know, I didn't think it was right. What changed our minds, basically, was our own fans, their fanaticism and their enthusiasm towards us. We weren't going to kick them in the face with that, you know, by saying we're not going.
Exactly.
As soon as we realised it was the fans that put us in there, then we were ready to go.
Yeah, because as one of your fans, we want to see you in there, and I respect the fact that you see it as an elitist club, but your fans want to see you represented to that top degree. So let's talk about your Vegas residency. I've seen you in Vegas, very exciting. Now, a lot of your fans, too, are newer fans because of your collaboration with Taylor Swift. To be any outstanding surprise collaborations while you're in Vegas?
Well, that would be something that as a spur of the moment happens on the day thing. We're not planning any, you know, we're not going to be ringing Taylor up or Van Morrison.
Joe, you know, or Britney or Christina,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, well, we could. I mean, in fairness, a lot of the female pop stars over the last 10, 20 years are big fans of Def Leppard.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Lady Gaga, Pink.
If you could pick anybody from Lady Gaga to Pink to Britney Spears to Christina Aguilera, who would you want to see in the audience and then jump up and do a surprise performance with you?
Gaga, just for the sheer nuttiness of the whole idea, you know.
Yes.
Fine, if she knows the words to Pour Some Sugar on Me, she can get up and do it, and I'll take a step aside. Yeah! Because I'd want to watch that. You know?
Yes! Thank you for sharing that with me, Joe, and thank you for sharing your time with us here at Daily Blast Live. I adore you. I can't wait to see you again in Vegas, and can't wait to see what you accomplish next.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
How cool is he? Yeah, we'll be right back.
Promote.
Welcome back to Double Jump, where we talk the latest in gaming, tech, and pop culture news. Today we're here to review Captain Marvel, which stars Brie Larson in the titular character of Carol Danvers, and she becomes Captain Marvel to help defend the Earth from the oncoming space galactic war between two alien races, the Kree and the Skrull. Chris, I'm going to you first, man. Give me the good, the bad, the great, the ugly, and it doesn't sound that good so far.
No, this is a big old bag of so-so. Everything is just okay with this movie. There's so many missed opportunities. She was on a team of like super warriors. They could have had so many funny interactions with that, like Guardians of the Galaxy style. And you know, the only really good interaction that her character had was with Samuel L. Jackson. That was really good.
Yeah,
the back and forth was great.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't appreciate how they treated the Skrulls in this one. They're pretty much just peasant refugees when they're supposed to be a giant galactic empire. So
yeah.
The movie was just so-so. She wasn't that great. I would say, well, now we'll do the final.
She was almost there, I think, and I want to go back to your energy with the team because I feel like Samuel L. Jackson and her were the only two that worked really good together in this movie. Her and Jude Law didn't play off of each other as well as I really wanted them to. I mean, come on, you're like a mentor, mentee situation. Like, you guys need to have some good energy, and she was trying to crack jokes that just weren't timed well. They just weren't really that funny. And Jude Law's character wasn't even like a snicker. Like, come on, man, some kind of something to let us know that you're at least amused by this character, because they have a big past together, but it just doesn't show at all in this movie. So, Chris, what are you recommending for this one? Wait for Redbox, go to the theater, or don't see it at all?
I'm gonna recommend go to Redbox for this one. If you're looking for a great movie to see in the theaters that's a female action hero, go see Alita Battle Angel, skip this one, wait till Redbox for this one. You're not missing too much.
I gotta say, I would say see this in theaters. I think it's a good but not great adaptation in Marvel's lineup. So check this one out, you guys, and we will see you next time on Double Jump. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. What do we got, Tori?
All right, well, Kevin wrote us on YouTube about American Idol, so I want to get your opinion. He wrote, I watched Idol live last night, and these two were amazing. Shay got me crying through her whole audition. She's the one that's recently blind and has an incredible voice. And Alejandro is a great tone and voice, and is an amazing musician. Now, Alejandro seemed to have branded himself, probably accidentally, but already in that cool way.
He has star quality in a very unassuming way.
Here's what I worry about, and I just thought about this. He sang an original song. Idol's going to own that.
Really?
Yeah, he has to give him a
I guarantee you he just signed his freaking life away.
But what if it launches him, though?
Exactly.
What
You got to do it.
Well, you pray he can get out of his contract in 5 years, but they're going to own it.
American Idol contracts last for like 15 years.
They're
ridiculous. Really long.
I fear for
Kelly
him.
Clarkson last year just got out of her contract. It went forever.
But would Kelly Clarkson be the Kelly Clarkson today without AI?
Without, so
the money in music is in publishing and writing, and I just hope he gets paid for it.
Or he knows
Fair
about
enough.
it. Yeah.
Yep, fair enough. He can always look to Taylor Swift to help him out with that. Okay. Well, we will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Happy Thursday, everybody. Enjoy your day today. Take care.